What's up? I go by ABQXAY. We with TOOLITPROMOTIONS. We about to do a little interview. Now I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Born and raised, man. I really grew up in almost every neighborhood. Like, it was just back and forth, west side, east side, San Jose, fucking Warzone, South Valley. Growing up in Albuquerque, it's kind of fucked, but at the same time, it just depends on what you do with it, because there ain't many opportunities out. If you say you want to do this and you coming from a broke family, they ain't gonna uplift you, unless you get lucky with some people who like that. But my family, they won't be uplifting you. They just tell you, like, you can't do that because they ain't never seen it done before, right? But it's just the obstacle you gotta get past and just do that shit. That's really where it starts, is just doing it, because you're not gonna be good at first. The more you go, the more you learn. I gotta say, like, just really a lot of this music shit. Cause like as a kid, it was just a lot of just struggling, just trying to figure out what we gonna do, figure out where we're gonna stay, what I'm gonna eat, what my brothers are gonna eat, type of shit like that. Like, I'm worrying about shit like my dad should be worrying about, but he ain't in the picture, so I gotta worry about that shit. So it's like I really didn't have no time to like worry about having fun up until like, I just started doing my own shit. Got to the music, got to downtown, came to Cana, met hella people. And that's when shit really got fun. I really just be unpredictable to myself. Like, I didn't think I was gonna be doing an interview and think of that shit out of nowhere, you feel me? There ain't really no way to describe me, because like I said, it's just something different every time. Okay. But we never on the same shit though.
I feel you. But so obviously you on the music though, right? Obviously, like you.
Yeah, we always on the music. And there's times too where I'm like, where I wanna quit and shit, because it just be like, drop a song, you don't get too many views, but it's just like, you don't get too many views, but it's just like, you wait a month or two and that shit blows up. It's just, it's really like, you make a song and the niggas not gonna like it, but there's fucking 20 people that ain't gonna like it, there's 100 that's gonna like it. You just gotta wait till they hear that shit, or you just gotta market yourself right. If you don't market yourself to the right people, that's what I learned, cause like, I got a song called Move On, and it's more of like a Michael Jackson type of vibe. If my auntie asking me to show her a song, I'm gonna put on that shit, cause she from the 80s. But if the homie asked me to put on some shit, I'm gonna put on like NLNB, or fucking, I'm put on like some of my new shit, like off Evolution. So it's just, you gotta learn how to market yourself to certain people, certain crowds, certain.
You know, that's facts.
It's a mental game, bro, and it's strategy and there's structure to it. You just gotta figure that shit out, and once you got that shit figured out, like, it's still sometimes where you'll post something and it don't hit, but once you got it figured out, you'll know beforehand if you post this, it's gonna hit. If not, you won't post it. You just gotta learn the algorithm. Like, this shit crazy, because as a 7-year-old, fucking 6-year-old kid, I started writing country music, dog. Like, swear to God, I started trying to play guitar, trying to sing country and shit. I was on that for a good minute. Shit, my mom was like, she was like a singer at a church and shit. She was just part of the choir, and she was just hella into music. And my dad is a drummer, fucking had a high school band back in his day. They were touring, doing their own little things. Feel like I kind of just picked up that music from both sides and just took it to like a place they ain't take it. Around once I got to middle school, I started listening to Eminem, started listening to Drake. Fifth grade, I started fucking with Hobson, started fucking with Tech Nine, started fucking with Eminem. I didn't fuck with Eminem at first. I used to hate Eminem because my dad would hate him. And then I listened to that shit, I was like, this shit hard. It's just, if you relate to it, it's different. My dad didn't relate to that shit. But when it comes to like shit that he be talking about, if you relate, it just hit different regardless. First recorded, I think like 7th or 8th grade, me and my brother, I had a little Android phone, bro, swear to God, like this big. We went to this one bridge, it goes over the freeway, but we went under the bridge and we were recording through my phone, like just holding it like that, and his phone with the fucking beat. 2 years later, I go back to listen to that shit. You could hear crickets in the background, you could hear cars passing by on the freeway, you could hear me in the background fucking breathing when my brother's recording, and then when I'm recording, my brother's in the fucking background talking to me, and you could hear all of that shit, and I thought that shit was fire too. Still released it. Mad niggas talk shit at school, hella niggas talk shit. I was just like, that's what I'm saying, like niggas be talking shit nowadays, I just turn the other way, cause like, I'm like, y'all don't know, I've been hearing this shit over 5 years, it ain't none to me. What I do is I let a nigga talk shit, I'm listening to what he's saying, and if you don't like this part of the song, I'm gonna go back in and change that shit. And they ain't gonna be able to say that shit trash me. So now what they gonna do is they gotta admit there was just a hating ass nigga, you feel me? That's what happened really with hella niggas from my football team, my old football team. Yeah, they started off as hating. I started getting a little better over time, and they started fucking with my shit. All of a sudden I'm at an Addy playing my music and shit, and this nigga from the football team over here rapping along with my shit.
That's it.
I just don't address that shit, man, cause like to me it's like y'all don't know what the fuck even going on in my life. So how y'all gonna sit here and try to like, start a narrative or start a beef or start, you feel me? Like, don't make sense for me to give into that, cause then it's just gonna look bad on me when I'm building up something, like I'm building a business, a brand, a fucking record label, you feel me? Like, we trying to go professional with shit. I say some shit in the music, and if they want to take it towards them, they can, but I just be rhyming, and if that shit sound hard, I'm gonna say it. I'd probably say like it's a tie between like this one. I really hate this song, but I hate this shit with all my heart. But it's the first song I ever like put out officially with a music video, all that shit released through DistroKid. Out of nowhere, that shit. All of a sudden I look, it's at like 30K on YouTube, fucking 15K Apple Music, 30K Spotify. Out of nowhere though, I swear to God. I checked the stats, fucking. It ain't even Albuquerque, it ain't the US, it ain't Dallas, Texas, nothing. It's like Japan, fucking Vietnam, damn near fucking like Africa. Like all my streams are foreign. It ain't niggas even in the continent listening to that shit. To me, that shit kinda crazy. Cause on top of that, I got another song called Whole Lotta, and that shit's at 100K on YouTube. And that, I feel like that blew up locally because like when people at first, like when I first met you, I think you were like, you got that one video at the rail yard. I was like, yeah.
But you said that was the Whole Lotta, was the one before that?
Fuck you, bitch.
Oh,
that's what it's called.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Hey, that title get you. Once you listening, you get hooked, cause it's like on some like Suicide Boys type of vibes. But for me, I just hate that song. That's hard, cause I got some old songs where it's personal and they up there for sure, but I got some new songs where it's just like it's more updated, so it's more realistic for me right now. You feel me? I gotta say right now it's gonna be the last song on my project called Move On. Really, it's just like the story of the song is like just moving on from shit. So like if you're going through some and you don't know what else to do, you feel me? Just fucking move on to the next shit. Start something else. Start a new project. Start a new album. Plan a new video. Do something, you feel me? Just move on and not fucking stay on that same shit. I be caught up in loops, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like that song hit different. Really, I'm just trying to run up the music videos soon. Just like, it's really just, for me, winter is more my season where I feel like doing shit. Could get creative, get in my element, and get the aesthetic of the video right, rather than trying to rush something in the summer. Vibes off, the camera guys off, the shots are off, or I'm off, you feel me? It's just gotta catch my momentum back. I think it's a little too much, for real. Like, it's cool that people want to try things, but it's just not cool when they try it and don't stick to it, or they just really not meant for it, or they don't know how to do it, or like they're just not willing to take the risk, sacrifice and shit. They're not willing to pay you for a video. They're not willing to pay Slick for a studio session. They're not willing to invest into themselves. So it really stops a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people got talent and it stops them, and a lot of people don't got talent, but they got the funding behind that shit, so they're paying for the videos, they paying for the promotion. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just not hitting like that. But they getting recognition out here, really. They are, but they really not hitting like that though. And it kind of, to me, it's just like y'all taking the spotlight away from niggas that really got it, that could spit, that could rap for real. Not try to sound like Lil Durk in every song, you feel me? Like, to me, that shit's goofy because y'all not talking about it. If they talking about something still, it's just the same shit we heard from Lil Durk, same shit we heard from King Von, same shit we hearing from Lil Baby, same shit NLE Chopper saying like Youngboy, all them. Like, you gotta come with something new, and if you want to take inspiration from a nigga like that, that's cool. Use the beat, use the flow, use the same type of shit, but talk about your own shit. You feel me? Like, tell a story. I'd be like genuine with that shit. If you went through something and you want to talk about that, don't be afraid to talk about that. You don't gotta make every single song a turn up club song, because that's not gonna last. That's not gonna be making you money 20 years from now, because they're not gonna be turning up like that no more, unless it's like some Lil Wayne look at me now type shit or something. I see it changing. It's not like switching really, it's more changing like the level that it is. Like, it's more people doing it, it's more people are starting to get more views to it, so it's bringing in more attention. So by default, you're getting more shows, you're getting more Albuquerque artists opening up, headlining, got the jam spot and shit, fucking for like Bravo, the Bag Chaser,
Oh, yeah.
Peso, niggas like that. So I think it's growing for sure, but in terms of like the way it's going, I feel the only difference I could say is like the people that you know, the people involved in shit. But compared to like a couple years back, it feels like it's kind of the same shit. Everyone's still trying to do their thing. Everyone's still trying to blow up and shit. I feel like that's what it is. It need to be someone that's really dedicated to take it to the next level, because we need something to change to put us on like that. Because even the most lit nigga out here, he really ain't even on like that. Like, we gotta be on some fucking little baby shit. I'm trying to have a little baby out in New Mexico and put on like that. Fucking global, worldwide shit. I really feel like once you in the industry, it's really dangerous. That shit tricky. A lot of them people, they really don't got morals, because they done been through so much just to get to that point. It's like certain things to them, it doesn't even click in their head to like matter, to like be important. Like the politics and shit, I don't know. For me personally, I ain't never gonna sign to no label. I won't sign no deal. I won't sign no partnership, none. Unless I'm getting like 80-20, 80 my way. That's it. Because the way I see it, I could be doing what they're doing and get 100%. I don't need y'all, because I know how to do that shit. I've done it before. The only place I ever lacked was not doing it. I know how to do it, and I do it good. But when I stop doing it, that's when shit goes down, and you don't hear people saying ABQXAY, and you don't see them posting. That's on me, because I didn't do nothing. But I know how to do that shit, so I don't need a label. I don't need a manager, and I don't need that. You feel me? I don't need that promotion to do that shit yourself. Just learn and just do it. Fail at it a couple times. By the 5th time, got that shit on lock.
Yeah, you ain't playing shit.
I say just stop spending your money, save that shit. I'm dressed nice now because I just got from El Paso. These were fucking $20. This shit cheap, and this is AT, they hook it up. But rock that simple shit, rock some Air Forces and some shorts and a beater, and you don't need to be buying all this shit to look lit for some bitches that probably not even gonna fuck. Save your money, invest that shit, buy a music video, fucking release your album, go to the studio, you feel me? When it comes to business, do that shit. Don't set it aside and say, I'm gonna do it later and I'm gonna get this now. Cause this shit now, this clothes, this shit's gonna have a stain on it by next week. Like, I ain't stupid like that. So you just gotta know ahead of time, set your priorities and what matters to you. That's really all there is to it. Yeah, I seen some shit before.
You see the alien?
I didn't see an alien, but I seen some shit flying.
Bro.
It looked like a shooting star, but it looked like it was like as close as an airplane. Now, aliens real for sure. I believe supernatural shit, spiritual shit, like the government and shit be hiding secrets and shit. I believe like there be evil people. I believe in demons too. And I feel like that nigga King Von, real life demon, y'all witnessed that shit in real life. And y'all blew that nigga up. And I listened to his shit still. I was listening to it on the way over here. So I'm victim to that same shit. But I be believing in all that shit because I feel like it's real. I seen it. It's a battle for sure. Every day, every second. Or is it even I feel like y'all just gotta start fucking with each other and be cool with each other. Y'all beefing, niggas beefing, venues beefing, fucking promoters beefing. If we all work together, we can really run this shit up. Start our own industry. That's it. Just work together and stop trying to one up each other. Or I guess in a way that's not bad, trying to one up each other, but stop trying to push the other nigga out the door and keep it for yourself. Like, we gotta build each other up. And if there's 2 little babies out here, they're gonna make a 3rd. You feel me? Y'all gotta keep it music, because that's the whole point of us being here in the first place, is because of the music. That's the whole reason I know people is because of the music. So when it turns to something more than the music, that's when it's just like, cut it off. It ain't worth it. I can't even tell you how I heard of you, because I heard you like by 5 different people in like 1 week. I was like, what the fuck? My homies over here saying, Toolit Promotions, bro, they're a media company and they make music videos, and I want to get a music video for our new song. It's called, at the time he was on it, and it's called Twisted, featuring J Scribe. And fucking, we fell out. I went to the studio, took his shit out, and re-dropped that shit. And fucking, we're about to have you pull up on the video. Then he hits me up, he's like, nah, bro, it's $300, I can't afford that. So I'm like, cool, whatever, like, we'll get that shit when, bro. A couple months probably. That was like maybe November, October. Then come New Year's, and my other homie told me, let's pull up to this New Year's Addy. We pull up, and then we see you walking, but you were like the first person there, and we thought that shit was like wrong Addy or popped or some shit. And we hit, my homie asked you if this was the Addy. You were like, yeah, people pulling up now. And I didn't even know who you were either till we dipped, because that shit got popped, so we dipped, and he's like, darn, that was Toolit. And I was like, oh, I think I heard of him a couple times or some shit. Yeah, hella people were just mentioning you on the stories and Snapchat and shit. And then I hit you up for a video and pulled up to Kano. From there, it's history. Started a whole storyline just from that night on a 60-second music video.
Oh yeah.
Shit, 60 seconds, dead ass, no longer, no shorter. That's hard, bro, because that music is everything. I told Hazel once, I was like, music is experience, dog. If you sitting in your room depressed for a week because you got writer's block, nigga, that's probably why you got writer's block. Cause you ain't doing shit. You can't even rap about driving the whip down the street because you ain't even did that shit. You been in your room. If you want to keep having fresh ideas, new rhyme schemes, new bars, new shit to talk about, you gotta experience shit. You gotta keep experiencing shit, whether it's good or bad, and then you could turn that into an art that's good or bad. Like for example, I lost my mom, right? I'm gonna turn that shit to a song, and it's gonna help other niggas that lost their mom. King Von fucking lost his homie, and he's gonna turn that shit to a song about getting revenge, killing other niggas. It just depends on what you do with it. It's an art form, it's a fucking everything, dog. It's a whole language. I'm obsessed with music. I be listening all day. I got my headphones in now. I fucking have my headphones in at work. It's something that you could obsess with that's healthy, but you can make that shit toxic. I can tell you something different, because I know a lot of people will tell you these big names. I'll tell you niggas that inspire me out here. Vez inspired me for sure, because just like the way he be working and shit, because I be seeing people hating on him, and he just come back from that shit with even harder track. And he be spitting too. Max be spitting, or he don't even be spitting, but he be singing, but that nigga be vibing. I fuck with his shit for sure. So really, all these niggas be motivating me out here, even if it's a trash ass nigga, but he's getting views, that's just gonna motivate me to like go hard as fucking and get some. I could spit too, like I know I could. I know there's days where I can't really rap too good, and that's the thing. It's like rapping and singing is like a muscle. You go a week without practicing and you're gonna sound like shit. That's why it's like I be singing fucking every day and shit, trying to train my voice for a show. For a show, I hit the treadmill 15 minutes and rap my song out loud to like mimic a 15-minute set. And when you on stage, that shit easy as fuck. When you don't do that shit and you try to go perform, you're gonna lose your breath after the first song. I be practicing some Tech 9 shit. I don't know if you listen to Tech 9. If y'all even interested into this shit, if you want to learn how to rap fast or rap like just pronounce your words a little better or whatever, go listen to Worldwide Choppers by Tech 9. Slow that shit down and fucking just rap that shit over and over and over. You slow it down to 0.25, rap it. Slow it down to 0.50, rap it. 0.75, rap it. And then rap it at normal speed. And then when you got that shit down, put it at 125 and then rap it. Put it at 150, then rap it. I learned how to rap doing that shit with Busta Rhymes, fucking Worldwide Choppers. Busta Rhymes, Look at Me Now, and fucking Eminem Rap God. And if y'all want to learn how to rap fast, just do that shit. That's all it takes. This is a little interview, and if you fuck with this shit, leave a like, leave a comment, and fucking subscribe to the channel, run that shit up. And if y'all like this shit, we gonna come back for a part 2 soon after the next tape drop, and run this shit up and just tell y'all how shit been going, update y'all. Fucking, that's really it. We out.